Hey there, adventurers! Today we're here at Epic Universe to check out our final land today, which is going to be Celestial Park. We're going to be checking out everything from the rides to the shops and dining throughout. So let's go ahead and have a great day adventure. Here in our first land, this is Celestial Park, where you're entering beyond this gate to find gardens, green, and epic worlds to fill your dreams, as this is the heartbeat of this entire park. And I know at some points during the day, you can even hear the heartbeat. Once we're inside, we can actually see the goddess Luna as she draws the veil across the worlds. As colors pale, her glowing face reflects the light and pulls the stars into the light. Once we're inside, there is first Other Worlds Mercantile, a whole merchandise shop where you can get special merchandise themed to each of the lands. There is all sorts of merchandise, including some other opening day merch with the signs. We can see How to Train Your Dragon merchandise. There's the Epic Universe popcorn bucket. And all around you can get many pieces of merchandise throughout, from Wizarding World, Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, Dark Universe, Super Nintendo World, and so much more in here. But besides the plushes, shirts, and merchandise, there's then Moonship chocolates. As we're walking inside, there's some sweet treats, like for example, there is some chocolate, fudge, apples, Rocky Road, and many more desserts here. There's also some popcorn buckets, refillable drinks, other How to Train Your Dragon merchandise, Captain Cacao merchandise, and unfortunately the plush doesn't seem to be quite available inside, unfortunately. Then there's even white chocolate, cookies and cream. There's also some Moonship chocolates and Celestial Sweets merch. Also, there's some Universal Sweets with some sour mini candy bars and gummy sour cola bottles. Overall, when it comes to this entire store, really well themed. I love it. Although, hopefully one day we can eventually get a Captain Cacao plush very soon. There's also the right side of the park with North Star Wintry Wonders, and sometimes too, it can occasionally snow around here. Plus there's also various Emporia, Lens Flare, Sensorium Emporium. And here, there's some grand opening merchandise. We can see this backpack. There's some magnets, throw blankets, tumblers, sign. You can also even find Earl the Squirrel somewhere around here. There it is. There's Earl Squirrel right there. But you can see the presents just dropping into baskets. There's also a Captain Cacao up there, if we can see. But now, all we need to do is head on out of here and head over to our first land soon. But yeah, this is just a cool shop. And I think right now, we're actually going ahead and head over to see where we can head over to next. There's also the Starbucks, which seems to be quite popular this morning, and as we can see, you can get your regular drinks inside. In my opinion, Celestial Park is just the most underrated theme park land of all time, because this is just a very chill environment. I mean, right now it's just very relaxing. There's also a statue again. And we can even see the Chronos far from there. But look at this. I will be real, I think my one criticism of Celestial Park is the lack of shade. But I think once trees grown in, I think this will be a perfect land. There's also a concierge area where this is actually the area that you can make reservations, buy VIP tours, and even get express passes for today. There's a snack stand area where you can get celestial snacks like Bavarian pretzel, churros, bottled and canned beverages, and more. Plus, you can even get your Coca-Cola Freestyle cups here. Now, next up, our first official portal for How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. This is going to be set between both How to Train Your Dragon 2 and 3, where you're going into the Isle of Berk. And for those who don't know, there is tons and tons of dragons. You can ride 3 of the rides from Hiccup Swing Gliders, a family roller coaster, Dragons Racers Rally, a fun flat ride as you can spin along, and Fire Drill, a water ride that you can guarantee to get soaked on. There's even multiple meet and greets with plenty of dragons, characters, including the Toothless meet and greets, as well as the Untrainable Dragon stage show. Now, nearby those 2 shops, there is the Atlantic Restaurant, a fine dining restaurant. Inside there is cold bar from shrimp cocktail, oysters. There's also soups, salads, and there's some entrees like the Atlantic Burger, grouper sandwich, filet mignon, and even salmon, including the half-pound lobster roll. Now, if you remember, I actually went inside the restaurant already in my preview video, and I have a full review section of that, but overall, that restaurant is absolutely amazing. Even though it's a bit overpriced, I still think it is a relaxing and impressive fine dining restaurant. My burger was fantastic. One of the best burgers I ever had. Plus the crab cake, the theming, all the food and everything about Atlantic is amazing. Not a lot of people talk about it, but there's a service animal rest area, and if you go down here, there it is. There's the rest area for service animals. Now, while we're passing by this area, there's a popcorn area where you can get popcorn beverages. There's also another concierge desk where you can get some help if you need any. And across from concierge, there is Comet Dogs, which has Comet Dogs like hot dogs, a Philly cheesesteak dog, Al Pastor dog, smoky carrot dog, and others, including beverages here. And there's also the Super Nintendo World portal. Inside, you can enter into Super Nintendo World, and there is 3 different attractions, along with meet and greets, dining, and other mini games, with the thanks of the Power Band. Now, nearby to land, there is a Nintendo Superstar store with all sorts of Nintendo-themed merchandise, where you can see a Mario fountain and other characters throughout the artwork, where you can see Luigi, Bowser Jr., and so much more characters inside, where you can get some special merchandise, as we can see in here, where we can see all sorts of Bowser Jr., Boo, Yoshi, and other characters' merchandise all in here, where you technically don't even have to go into the Super Nintendo world to get merchandise. You can just come by here if you wanted. Plus, there's also murals of each of the characters, like Mario, Donkey Kong, and even Zelda as well, where many people are thinking that there's possibly going to be a Zelda expansion, but that is still yet to be confirmed as of this moment. But as we can see, I love how this connects to the celestial theme with stars on top. Really cool. Once we pass by the Super Nintendo store, there is the restrooms and Pizza Moon, which has all sorts of delicious pizza from Pizza Lunar, Pizza Moon Pepperoni, and Space Cowboy, along with baked pasta, salad, and desserts. Honestly, Pizza Moon is one of my favorite restaurants, and it's definitely worth trying, especially since when I went inside last time, it was amazing. It's a very charming restaurant with a lot of great atmosphere, with a lot of great theming inside, and delicious food. And next up, we have Constellation Carousel. On this attraction, this is a carousel themed to the cosmos, as what's very unique is that it spins around, goes backwards and forwards, as it's not like your traditional carousel. So let's head inside. Alright, we just got off of Constellation Carousel, and that's actually the last ride I need to do before I can officially say that I did every single ride here at Epic Universe. Constellation Carousel is actually a pretty charming and fun carousel. I was very surprised by it. It's not the best ride, I would say, since it is more of a filler attraction, but I think overall it's a charming attraction that I would definitely do if you have younger ones. We're actually now heading over to the main lagoon area. Now during the day, there's going to be some fountain shows that are happening where we can see this giant fountain area. Now nearby the carousel, there's also a Shramaka, a splash pad for kids where you can splash around with the water. And at night too, they have some really cool lighting that lights up with the fountain shows. There is a Starbucks where you can get Starbucks coffee. There is also a live entertainment stage where you can watch all sorts of shows and live music. Plus, while we're walking down here, there is also going to be Frosty Moon. Here you can get ice cream and all sorts of other sweet treats at this location. There's also the Celeste Tiki Bar where they have all sorts of delicious alcoholic beverages, from the pina colada, margarita, and other specialty drinks that even references Volcano Bay. Now we are heading into the Oak and Star Tavern, and I kind of want to check this out because there's a lot of delicious food inside, like barbecue, and there's even some alcoholic beverages where this is also part brew house as well. Wow, this is absolutely amazing. Look at all the details in here. You can see this entire restaurant. And while I think that the Universal Orlando app is extremely important, especially for the Oak and Star Tavern, if you only have cash, then you can actually head to the registers, or even if you have a problem with the app, then you can go there as well. Also, oh my goodness, look at all the owls in here. Kind of looks creepy, but at the same time, you know, there's the owls just staring out. But yeah, love the theming in here. It's just so incredible. And now, nearby the Oak and Star Tavern, there is the Plastered Owl, where they have cocktails and mocktails, like the Plastered Owl, Rambling Raccoon's Margarita, and more. Nearby there is an outdoor shopping area where they have sunglasses and other merchandise, especially from Super Nintendo World, and even things for outside. Now, next up, we're actually heading into Dark Universe. Dark Universe is home to two attractions, Monsters Unchained and Curse of the Werewolf. There is plenty of Universal monsters lurking around, and there's plenty of experiences that you can find only in Dark Universe, where monsters reign this area and darkness comes around. Now, next door there is the Blue Dragon Pan-Asian restaurant. Now there is big plates like the chicken and cow soy, crispy fried snapper, crispy orange chicken, beef and broccoli, There's even desserts like the lime rice pudding, banana Napoleon. There's even noodles and rice as well, as this is one of the newer restaurants here, and this is another fine dining restaurant similar to Atlantic, as it is right nearby this massive Helios Grand Hotel. Like, holy cow. In Epic Universe, the main official quote-unquote icon of the park is going to be Universal Helios Grand Hotel. And I must say, this is massive right here, because look at the scale of this. Ooh, we can also see Apollo shooting his arrow. Now there's an outdoor Coca-Cola stand with freestyle snacks like Bavarian pretzel, churros, and celestial churro, as well as alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, including Coke products here. And now we're heading into the Ministry of Magic portal. As we can see, there's a quote saying, "For in dreams we enter a world that is entirely our own." And this is actually themed to both 1920s Fantastic Beasts Paris and 1990s British Ministry, where it's set after the events of Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows. Now next up, we're going to go ahead and do Stardust Racers. This is honestly an all-time favorite roller coaster, but since we're going to do some rides that I haven't done yet since April, as this is a dueling roller coaster that speeds up to 60 miles per hour and goes up 130 feet with the Celestial Spin. I think it's one of the best coasters, so much fun. So, with that being said, let's head on Stardust Racers. I'm not gonna lie, that ride was so crazy. Oh my goodness, like, that is one of the craziest coasters that you can go on here in Orlando. And I mean, it's due to the fact that you are basically dueling on two sides. And if you're going on green, it's a bit more intense, but if you're going on yellow, it is more fun. And the reason why is because with the green side, you're actually going upside down, but if you're going upward, then you're going on yellow. And I think overall the thrills are very intense, as it's just so much fun. And we also have Star CU Bio, which has all sorts of bio buns. There's also bottled and canned beverages, including Coke products as well. There's also some covered areas where we can see one right here and another right there. Now, nearby Meteor Burger, there is Bar Zenith with cocktails, mocktails, beer, seltzers, wines, and more here. Now, next up, there is Meteor Astropub, a brewery and restaurant where they serve all sorts of food items, from alcoholic beverages, burgers, and more. And now I think to end off our day, we're gonna go ahead and watch Cosmo's Fountain Show here at Epic Universe, as this is gonna be located in the center of Celestial Park, where this is a kiss goodnight to the entire park itself as you say goodbye to this amazing theme park. So let's go ahead and watch Cosmo's Fountain Show.
Greetings, travelers. The time has come for the chronos to align. Across the cosmos, the energy of every world will soon ignite.
But now, I think with all good things, unfortunately, it is the worst part that everyone hates, and that is the end. Now, when it comes to Epic Universe, it is in one word epic by all means, because you have the incredible rides, you have the shows, experiences, character meet and greets, theming, like anything and everything is in this park, and it is absolutely crazy to see. And I think, if anything, it is definitely worth coming out. But let me know in comments down below. Are you planning on visiting Epic Universe? I would love to know. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.